You know how sometimes you tell a story that takes you down a path and it's like, where are you going with the story, but ultimately bring to a point? I'm going to do that right now.
Okay.
Here we go. So my life, my day job is I would probably, if you had to label it, be technically a business coach or a marketing coach or something like that. I help entrepreneurs with their business. And I have a client right now. Her name is Amelia. She lives in Cancun, and she's got this little accent, and she's so cute. What Amelia does is she's a neuroscientist, and she specifically helps women who have kids that are higher needs, autism, et cetera. Her child has cerebral palsy. So her business is she helps women specifically like executive women or women who are professionals who have kids who are special needs and use biohacking and neuroscience to optimize the way that they deal with their family.
Such as things like psilocybin?
She's not opposed to plant medicine. So she's a very interesting woman. There's a point to this whole story. So I was talking with her yesterday, and she's like, Michael, I have this trouble with I helped her get 2 new clients. She was so excited. She got 2 new clients in the last month. And she said, I got on these calls with these women, and they just want to talk about their husband. It's just about their husband. And it's like their marriage is crap and blah, 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 all this stuff. She goes, I'm not a marriage counselor. And I said, yeah, Amelia, but are you a good listener?
Oh.
And she says, I think I am. I was like, no, Amelia, you are a good listener.
The mark of the beast.
And as I was coaching Amelia yesterday on this, I was like, listen, Amelia, here's the reality of it. Technically, there is a thing that you do where you help moms with special needs children use neuroscience and biohacking to optimize their behavior. That's what you do. That's the title on what your business card or whatever. I said, but you're a human being with another human being. That's what you really do. That's who you really are. I said, so when these women come to you and they just want to like unload about their husbands and their marriages and all those things, you can do that. And she goes, but I'm not a marriage counselor. I said, that's actually a good thing that you're not a marriage counselor, because they're not coming to you for traditional therapy. They're coming to you to be heard.
Yeah.
So I say all of that simply to say that's you and me right now in this moment in time.
That's nice.
We're not counselors. We're not therapists. We're just a couple of dudes, but we are well equipped to listen. We are well equipped to listen to dudes every Saturday with some struggle. Maybe it is about their marriage, their wives. Maybe it's about their work, or like Chris last week when he was totally lost and had identity issues with his job and wrapping too much into that. Would I consider myself some sort of PhD trained person? No, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. And something that I've really kind of felt these past couple of weeks is that being a good listener, has its pros and cons, as they say. The cons are you're going to be dealing with a lot of people's issues and a lot of energy that doesn't belong to you. And if you don't really know how to shake it, you're going to carry that with you. And that can cause problems, throughout your life if you are a good listener and you take that stuff home with you. But something that I've realized is one of the pros that I've kind of really felt in my heart is when you are a good listener, essentially what that is you are able to give people, and I know we say, a space and all that stuff kind of sounds hokey or whatever, but being a good listener means that you have a level of compassion that is felt over the phone, over FaceTime, miles away, and you're able to give people a sense of peace through things that they sometimes don't even know what they're saying. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling to you. And then at the end, I just feel grateful that you're able to give me that compassionate energy, because when you step out into the world, you do not get that. The world is a tough place, as they say. It doesn't have to be, but most of the time it is a dog-eat-dog world. So just having somebody that you can go to and feel that level of trust and compassion, and knowing that I can, emotionally vomit on you and you're going to wipe it off your face and you're going to be like, all right, is there anything else?
Yep.
Do you need a hug? How how can we move forward from here? And that's super powerful. You know, you're talking about undoing years of trauma in, sessions.
Yeah, totally. And I think as I led the entire show today, by the way, welcome to Let's Get Real. It just really kind of hit me yesterday. I was like, man, that's just kind of what we do. Like, we listen. And I think, to your point, the cons of listening, I would push on that to say that if you are and the reason why I talk about this is that one of the things we want for the men listening right now, because the show is for men, is to know that, somewhere in your life you have a friend or a cousin or somebody that would be the listener for you. But if you vomit on me, oh, that sounds so weird. If you verbally vomit on me and then I carry that with me, or I think about it, or I have some feelings of judgment, then I go, well, then I'm not a good listener, because part of the listening is removing judgment.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff, however much of what we talked about this morning when we were meeting before the show at Muddy Waters, however much of that makes its way to the air today, I don't know. We'll find out over the course of the next couple hours. But what I would say is I was 100% present with you as you were telling me the story about your meditation. And there were parts of that were really cool and really exciting. And it just felt good. It felt good to just be present.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where when we do this show every Saturday and we say, hey, call us, 1-800-771-1025. It's like I look forward to the presence of those moments. And look, we know, just inside baseball here in radio, 99.9% of people who are listening right now, you're not going to call. And that's okay. But the 0.1% will call. And for those dudes, we're going to help them out.
Yeah. We're going to make you feel, I know I hate to say it, but I love to say it. We're going to make you feel love. And we're going to make you feel it right in your chest.
Oh, absolutely. To feel something. And man, because we are just two dudes who talk about our feelings. To feel something, man, that just says you're alive,
Oh, yeah. Tapping into, not to hit you with the quantum, but
here we go.
They've proven that authenticity is the strongest output of electric energy your nervous system can have.
Yep.
So when you find somebody that's a listener and you authentically, emotionally vomit on them your energy, that's a sacred thing. And if you're doing it with somebody that isn't ready for that kind of stuff, they might be cool with you. Like, let's say, for instance, you emotionally vomit on me, and with you, I'm like, yeah, compassionate. That's the space. It was great to talk to you. Then I go home and I freak out on the dog because I don't really know how to take what you've given me and wipe it off, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening out there, dudes, and you feel like you don't want to burden somebody else with your emotional vomit, that's what we're here for.
Oh,
we got
totally.
ponchos on.
Yes, we do. Bright yellow colored verbal vomit ponchos.
Damn right.
Let's go to Mark. Let's see what verbal vomit he's got. Mark, welcome to Let's Get Real.
Hey, how you guys doing today? Love the show.
Thanks, man.
Spanish, I reached out to you on Facebook. I don't know if we did exchange a few messages, but just by listening to you over the past few weeks, I could tell your third eye is expanding, man. I can tell you're opening up.
Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. It's been I got to tell you, it's been a hell of a journey. And
it's a deep hole, bro.
I was not expecting any of this. And the further I go, the more I realize I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I know that as I've only felt that the only rudder I need anymore is love. And if I can just sit and allow myself to channel that, no matter what is happening to me or around me, it's going to be fine, because it always is fine. And we are all of the same consciousness anyways. So there's no need to freak.
No, not at all. The issue sometimes is a lot of times people aren't on that same energetic level. And when you talk to them or when you express feeling, they don't accept it fully because they aren't there yet. You know what I mean? They're not at that point.
And that's okay. All we can do is just be an example and hope that they one day will be willing to let go of the ego they've been trained to love. And
that's the key word, ego. Yeah.
and step into something that is much more, and it is so much more fulfilling than anything that we've been taught since we were kids is going to be fulfilling. And that was my biggest problem. Is I was like, there's no way. Since I was a kid, I've known exactly what I've wanted, career wise, all that stuff, family, house, boat, all that stuff, and then slowly but surely, it all faded away.
They all drop off.
Yeah, and I got this weird sense of detachment now, and I see people differently, and things happen to me, and I just every time something else pops off, or even feelings of love. When I feel extreme feelings of love, I still in my mind am going, it's okay because I want to experience this moment right now, but this is not who I am, and this is not a lasting thing. But boy, was I blessed to be able to experience that real quick.
I haven't really experienced that quite yet, but from what I understand, it's almost overwhelming because it's like we know in our little minds now that what love is and what compassion, all that. But the next level is like not no pun, but mind blowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely know what you mean. It's funny. It's funny that we're talking about this because there are no such thing as coincidences. I literally told Shark earlier today I had this, I'll call it experience for lack of a better word, that left me crying for like 2 to 3 hours. But it wasn't sad crying.
It wasn't a sad cry,
dude.
Yeah.
And it knocked me over, and I couldn't control it. And it was like my whole body was alive and burning, but not a bad burning. And my ego was like, I begged for this to last forever. But therein was the lesson, is because just appreciate it for what it is. Step into it when you can. And when you're done,
if you can.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much hate in the world, bro. And you see it, I see it, we all see it. And it's but we're on the cusp of alleviating that. I think we're so close. And they're out. The haters are out there trying to keep it down, but we're so close as a society, to coming together as a species. Even
I agree. So my thing with that line of thought specifically is I can't help but get the sense of this is just another trap that they're giving us in our egos that we're right on the precipice. All we can do, Mark, is understand that life is infinite. Our consciousness is infinite. And no matter what happens to us, when we die, we are most likely going to go back into the arms of whatever divine love is. And, I'm okay with that.
Temporarily, because I mean, I've researched that because you do, you go back and you experience, you reflect as a soul, as a energy, but energy, it lasts forever. Like, so we come back, we choose to come back, we choose to forget. But at the same time, it's like, we're so close to getting over that cusp and not having to forget again,
Yeah. But what if
sometimes?
What if there is no? So this is what I love. I love asking people this. What if there is no mission? What if there is no cusp to get over? What if when we decide that we want to forget and come back, the only reason we do that is because the fun is in remembering?
Well, I mean, if we remembered everything, what would it be? It would be boring. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that, I think, is the reason we are pre-programmed or whatever to forget. But it's like, are we going to get to a point where we remember everything, like every life, every experience, or is it just going to be a revolving door? I mean,
it's what you want.
I feel like
it's the journey, man. It's the journey. That's the beauty of it. It's God saying, I want to feel love from an infinite number of eyes, and I want to feel it from an infinite number of hearts. And I'm going to do so in a way where when I split myself into infinity, I'm going to allow each infinite piece to decide on its own how it wants to go about doing it. And then that's it. Just let go of the reins.
So, Mark, I hate to jump in here, man. We have
okay.
to.
Yeah, no, I love you guys, man. And thanks a lot, Spanish. I'm here for you too, bud.
I love you, Mark.
All right, man.